understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's drying, I feel tension rising. I hear voices.
Hello and welcome to the NXT Wrestling Talk Show with Mr. Rock Jones and
Sean Randy Smith as we bring you our pre-show to this Sunday's NXT Takeover in your house.
as for the second year in a row, NXT looks to take over your house. In which it will.
Yes, and it will be the first in your house to air or traditional pay-per-view since Valentine's Day Massacre in your house in February 1999.
Of course, it will also air on the WWE Network and Peacock.
Of course. Now, these matches will be in no particular order at the time of this recording.
Yes, we say that, though we can roughly work out at least one match is placed on the card.
Yes, so we'll start off with our first match.
Yes, at NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver at WrestleMania weekend, Karrion Kross defeated Finn Balor to win the NXT Championship
For the second time.
and would later defeat Finn Balor in a rematch. Then, on the June 1st episode of NXT, we were scheduled to have a triple threat match between Kyle O'Reilly, Dunn, and Johnny Gargano, in which the winner would face Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship at In Your House. However, making his first appearance since his unsanctioned match with Kyle O'Reilly at Stand and Deliver, Adam Cole would decide to get involved.
Yes, he would.
Now, initially, William Regal was, how do we say, not happy with this. And refused to allow Adam Cole to weasel his way into the championship match.
Until Karrion Kross got on the microphone.
Yes, and then Karrion Kross, in either a brave or stupid move, told William Regal that he wanted O'Reilly, Cole, Gargano, and Dunn together in a fatal five-way match.
Yes, and that was made on the NXT that has just gone.
Now, for the second match, we have to rewind all the way back to February.
And this match is between two former TNA Impact superstars.
Yes, in February, Cameron Grimes re-emerged on NXT TV, and as a result of the stock rise in the American video game store GameStop, WWE decided to slap the gimmick of him being the richest man in NXT on him.
which then began a feud with a certain Hall of Famer by the name of Everybody's Got a Price.
Yes, it was only a matter of time before Ted DiBiase was going to be introduced to this. Over several weeks, DiBiase would outdo Cameron Grimes.
Outbidding him in various purchases.
And then we got LA Knight, aka brought into this situation, and the two would get in face off in during the $1 million face off.
But it was also announced that
We're,
LA Knight had aligned himself with Ted DiBiase.
yes, and then on this past week's episode of NXT, their match at Takeover was made into a ladder match, and not just that, DiBiase revealed that it would be for the returning $1 million championship.
Yes, you heard us right. The $1 million championship.
Which has only been held by, let's see,
Ted DiBiase, Virgil,
the Ringmaster, aka Stone Cold Steve Austin,
yes,
and Ted DiBiase Jr. The
Ted
title, has not been seen in WWE or really acknowledged in 11 years. And the title has never really been a official title in WWE, although it might be following this match.
Yes. Now this next match will be a personal one-on-one match as Mercedes Martinez takes on Xia Li.
The story behind this match dates all the way back to when the two first met in the 2017 Mae Young Classic. And they seem the story seems to be that as a result of losing to Mercedes Martinez, that's
First round inaugural Mae Young Classic.
that's really was a disgrace to her family and would slash hurt Mercedes Martinez at Takeover in your house. Now, as to who will win this match, lies heavily on a certain rumor that has been going around regarding the return of Eva Marie on the main roster.
Yes, because there's rumours that Eva Marie might be teaming up with Mercedes Martinez.
And most of the time, when a superstar goes from NXT to the main roster, they tend to lose their last match in NXT.
And if Mercedes Martinez does come up, then it'll be the second time he's gone back to the main roster.
Yes, but let's not talk about what happened last time.
Let's not. No. But however, we can talk about this next match, which will be for the NXT Women's Championship, as Raquel Gonzalez puts the title on the line against Ember Moon, who is aiming to become a two-time NXT Women's Champion.
Yes, you might think this has come out of nowhere because Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart technically still have a bit of unfinished business with the way in the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yes, but due to Raquel Gonzalez's actions on Shotzi Blackheart is currently off the shelf.
And not just that, technically this goes, the business with a slot goes all the way back to the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Because it was Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai who defeated Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart to win the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. And then, after being awarded the NXT Women's Tag Team titles following what we call the NXT screw job,
Yes.
it was Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart who defeated Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai for the titles. Of course, that would follow into Gonzalez becoming NXT Women's Champion at Stand and Deliver Night 1. Whilst I think Ember Moon was going to give
Raquel a great match.
I don't see Gonzalez losing the NXT Women's Championship anytime soon.
Same here, unfortunately.
Because if Triple H and the people in NXT have got any brains, which he seems to have more have than the people who run the main roster,
All too true, I'm afraid.
the whole Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai thing has a very strong resemblance to fans who are old enough to the pairing of Diesel and Shawn Michaels.
Exactly right.
And it's only a matter of time before Dakota Kai returns on Gonzalez, and those two end up facing each other for the championship.
And our main event match has very big implications.
Well, the main event match is going to be the Fatal 5-Way, we know that. But the final match that was made official is a winner takes all 6-man tag team match for both the NXT North American Championship and NXT Tag Team Championships.
As Bronson Reed and MSK go up against Lagana del Fantasma of Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza.
Yes, ever since losing the Cruiserweight Championship to Kushida and then the rematch to Kushida, Santos Escobar seems to have targeted the North American Championship immediately after Bronson Reed won the title from Johnny Gargano.
Yes, and he has done nothing but try and poke the bear in Bronson Reed.
The storyline with MSK and Phantasma have gone at it several times in the past few months, mainly with the semi-finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and then they went at it in the triple threat match at Stand and Deliver to get the vacant NXT Tag Team Championships at the time. My worry here is that Santana will revert Elgara del Fantasma will win this match. Now, if they had done this match as two separate matches, I would think Bronson Reed would retain and MSK would lose.
But only time will tell.
Yes, and in case the rules aren't clear here, if Legado Fantasma wins, then Santana Saxobar will win the North American Championship.
And
And
Joaquin Wild and Mendoza will win the NXT Tag Team titles.
yes, now, of course, at the minute, and the fact that WWE have had a history of doing this, there is still time to check another match on there.
Yes, like maybe an NXT Women's Tag Team match.
Well, but we don't really have a storyline to go with any team at the minute, except for Moon and Blackheart, but they're busy.
Yes, and obviously, if you want to throw in a segment between Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis, then why the heck not?
And they could throw in a random cruiserweight championship match, but takeovers generally are no more than 5 matches, occasionally 6.
Yeah. So let's run you through the match card one more time.
In a fatal 5-way match for the NXT Championship, Karrion Kross defends against Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, and Pete Dunne.
Cameron Grimes will take on LA Knight in a ladder match for the $1 Million Championship.
Mercedes Martinez will take on Xia Li in a personal backstory match.
Raquel Gonzalez will put her NXT Women's Championship on the line against Ember Moon.
And in a winner-takes-all 6-man tag team match, in which the NXT Tag Team Championships and NXT North American Championship will be defended. Bronson Reed, the North American Champion, and MSK, the Tag Team Champions, take on the combined trio of Legado del Fantasma.
So that is NXT Takeover in your house pre-show.
Join us next week, where we will bring you 2 shows within a couple of days of each other. This time next week will be In Your House reaction. Then next Saturday will be Hell in a Cell.
Oh yes, it will. So until those 2 action-packed days, he's been
Lisa Rock Jones, and he's been
John Randy Smith, and we will see you next week.